We are on. We're on. Hold on. I have to see this. If he actually stole, I swear to God.
No, he put your profile picture, and he used you as a character.
Why? Hold on. Hold
I don't.
on. I'm I'm
I don't fucking
I'm
know, man.
I'm going through this
Oh,
thing. Hold on.
okay.
All right.
Uh,
Sonic references for no reason. There's like Sonic OCs everywhere.
Sonic
He didn't
Ox.
even he didn't even download the videos. He had his camera on the screen recording the video.
He
I
said.
just
He
realized.
said like he recorded, like he edited it on a computer, and then he recorded it with his phone.
Why not just download the video and give the creator credit? Oh my
I don't know.
god.
It's so fucking weird.
I don't see my profile pic anywhere.
Um. Okay, just keep watching.
I'm at like just the very end of the trailer, so I didn't see anything.
Uh, I think like you are in some point of the trailer. Hang on, let me just send you a
Yeah.
picture, a screenshot, a fucking screenshot. Uh, and I muted the video also because
Alright.
I muted everything on YouTube.
Going good. It's going good, dude. Is everyone on stream? Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of Discord, he's using Discord as Thanos in his next film.
Huh.
Oof. Do you see that? I was just like,
Oh,
why did he add you
come
that? Fair.
on. Why? Like a split second.
Yeah, I'm just like, why? Oh, the
Without
stream started.
without any like previous asking or perms, like just slap it on there. Yeah, like that's
Pretty much.
yeah.
Oh, the stream. Oh, the stream started.
Yeah, it did.
Did you not? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he himself has commented.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Shall we introduce ourselves to the stream, or does everybody already know?
Everyone already knows because our icons are up there.
Yeah.
But like, oh god, this
Yeah.
this trailer is so bad.
It's so terrible. It's terrible. It's Michael Bay.
It's like someone just decided, hey, let's take some icons, and every Sonic OC and some crappy iPhone editor and just go, it's a movie. It's a trailer. You
it's just
know?
yeah. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everyone watching.
Yeah, there are
Yep.
peeps. You got the old Hunter RKS, the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Alright. Well, I might as well start by saying my 2 cents about Sonic the Hedgehog.
And let me add my 2 cents in. Well, not first. You go first. I'm mixing my words because I speak fast.
Yeah. I don't know how Sonic was that good. It was weirdly pretty good. Not
Yeah,
surprising.
yeah.
I
When
I
I when
walked
I
out of the theater and I was like, wow, that was actually pretty decent.
yeah, and like uh, when I went into the movie, I was expecting it to be as bad as Resident Evil or Hitman Agent 47, and it wasn't that.
Exactly. It was weird. It was like with the first trailer. it was bound to be a failure. But
Sonic.
then they just dropped the second one with Sonic's new look. And everyone's like, this might actually be not horrible.
I think people were more on board because it's not because of Sonic's design, but it's also because like they showed more footage of the movie in general, and it caught their attention.
Yeah, like
I guess just
it's
sorry.
weird.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie. But
Yeah, it
like
was.
the most enjoyable part of it was like Jim Carrey. I mean, he carried the whole movie, honest
No
to
pun,
God.
no pun intended.
Yeah,
Because
like
his last.
no pun intended. He legit carried the whole like this isn't even like 2 hours, it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And didn't they show the one scene in the trailer where he's he's dancing to a random song, and then Agent Stone comes in.
Yeah.
Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them.
Uh, the thing that I like the most about the Sonic movie is that it actually, tried to give you a fun time instead of like, you know, every other video game movie where it tried to be serious, but then like it didn't work.
If you're
Cop,
making a
cop, hitman, cop, cop.
yeah, if you're making a video game movie, don't take it seriously. It's a video game, really, unless you're doing some like M-rated video game like COD or Halo or something. I don't know, but like if you're doing something like Sonic the Hedgehog, why would you take it seriously? It's a blue talking hedgehog who runs around at the speed of sound. There's not much to take seriously there.
Yeah.
And in the first trailer, it frustrated me because they played like the music was Gangster's Paradise of all
God.
things, and they had the U.S. Army up in there. Like, does every movie like this need the entire U.S. Army? Like,
I mean,
oh
like,
God, Sonic's a threat. We have to capture him now.
I understand with something like Joker or Godzilla, but like
Yeah,
Sonic.
yeah, because Joker was like an R. It was an R-rated character story about
Study.
Arthur Fleck, and I was like, of course, like you're going to take that seriously because it's the most like realistic DC movie. But like
Yeah,
something like Sonic the Hedgehog, it doesn't make sense to take it seriously because it's a PG kids movie. You're
I'm
not
like, yeah,
supposed to take it seriously. There's
yeah.
even a plot point in the movie where it's like Sonic's cohort human guy Tom was it? He's listed as like some sort of terrorist on the news, but then he drives to
Terrorist.
San Francisco and shows the woman his badge to get up to like the San Francisco Tower, and she doesn't question him. She
It's so
doesn't
weird.
know. Like it spread all over the news that fast, but
And like,
like
I like how they treated Sonic like a terrorist in the news, when like really he's just a 13-year-old like blue hedgehog, where he's just trying to survive instead of
yeah,
hopping over the worlds every 500 years.
I just don't get how not one person noticed him over like the last. How long did they say he lived on Earth for? Like
And
15.
I think it was, yeah,
No,
15. No,
not 15. It was like
15, 10, 10. It was
yeah,
10, I
10,
think.
10. Yeah, it's like 10 years and not one person. Well, there was one person who noticed him. That
It was a crazy old guy.
yeah. That I don't know his name. God, and they
I
had
call him Grit.
and he was showing Tom what he saw, and it was like the Sanic
Saying it.
picture on the
Yeah,
drawing. I was like, okay, they actually went there.
yeah. They knew that Sonic was cool.
Yeah, like
And
they actually got people who knew the source
yeah,
and weren't just like, "Hey, Blue Hedgehog, let's make money."
and making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie with like nobody involved that doesn't know anything about Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like making a Godzilla movie without anybody knowing about Godzilla. or caring about Godzilla.
Now, why does that sound familiar?
Please don't remind. We all know. We all
We
know
all know why
about
it's
that.
familiar.
Dun, dun,
Roland Emmerich,
dun.
if you're watching this, just leave, please. Just leave. Save
Yeah.
us your time.
Like, continue making 2012 movies
Yeah,
and save us from
making
Godzilla.
2012.
I heard there's supposed to be a TV series in the works, I think.
Why? That movie wasn't even that good.
Buddy found it good.
Okay, well, I mean, he makes action movies for a living.
He makes he like all he does is make popcorn movies. We'll get to him in a bit though.
Hunter's World Gaming 4. It never ends, does it?
No one ever does.
Oh wait, there's already a Hunter's World Gaming 4. Hold on.
Talkin CG.
I've heard. I haven't watched the whole thing, but it's alright.
I tried to watch the entire thing and I just couldn't get through it. Honestly, I'm like it's interesting, but then again, Buddy just forces a lot of stuff into the movie, and it was just so painful to sit through for me. I don't know.
Also, he still doesn't know how to screen record a game, but he can stream on his computer.
I don't know.
Because all his EXE games are just him putting the camera up to his computer screen. Does he not know how to use like any software?
Apparently not. Okay, let's just get into whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah.
What would your score for the Sonic movie be?
Well, when I first saw it, I gave it like a 7.5. But now I would probably end up giving it like an 8.5 because it's actually pretty good.
I gave it a 9.5. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Then again, I gave Underwater a 10 out of 10. So I thought
now on to the bad movies of 2020.
Yeah, let's
Birds
not
of
talk
Prey.
about. Oh God, I have not seen that. But spoil me, I don't care.
Oh God, I hated the movie. I hated it. I remember walking out the theater, seeing it, heavily disappointed. But I was like, why am I not surprised? It's a Harley Quinn movie, and the only reason they did it is to like make money. Like that's literally the only reason.
I don't like it that they give Harley Quinn like in the comics and media, like literally everyone treats her like a sex object, and I'm surprised in Birds of Prey that they didn't do that here. And I'm just like,
and they
why did
gave
they do
it
that?
the R rating too. Like I was convinced that they were gonna end up going that whole angle, but I guess not.
They just want to make money. Oh wait, it's rated R. Oh, never mind. Then again, Logan made a lot of money, and it was rated R, and it was good. So
yeah, like Logan was fantastic. It was a good ending to Wolverine. It was a good ending to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. It had a good story. Its characters were paced and written very well. And the movie
that's in my top 10 favorite movies.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long. It was a fantastic movie. There's really no bad things about it.
Yeah. So
so my top 10 movies of all time. It's a hard one because I've seen a lot of movies in my lifetime. If I'm being honest here, like I've seen a lot. Like I love film. Like I'm being honest here. Like I have film classes. Like I have classes on film because I want to study the whole genre. Like it's not just because
me too.
Oh, big blockbuster, cool. That's not what it is.
I take film classes and I me and my dad like watch movies time to time, and I watch movies by myself. Like recently, I watched a bunch of movies by myself, like Logan, G.I. Joe, Shining, King of the Monsters, like those movies.
Yeah, yeah. So we have one comment here saying, "Birds of Prey is so woke, and it's a party of woke culture."
Oh,
I
you haven't
have,
seen Black?
I haven't
Sounds like sorry.
simultaneously agreed so hard with a statement in my life. It's so
Well,
woke. It's basically just,
just
oh,
wait until you see
men
Black
are
Christmas.
bad. Like
Just wait till
it's that.
just wait till you see Black Christmas. You'll see.
I've seen reviews on it. I don't want to see it, but I know
I watched it.
somewhere down the line I'll have to, and I'll have to sit through those 2 hours of pain.
I watched it.
You know what else I sat through for 2 hours in pain?
Bloodshot.
Well, that, and actually I haven't seen that, but 1998 Godzilla. I sat through that whole movie for two
So did I.
hours. I
I
used to
couldn't even
like
get past.
it. I used
Yeah, me
to.
too. Yeah,
But then I resaw it and I'm like, holy crap, this is bad.
like I watched it and like I couldn't get through 20 minutes. I'm just like, wow, this is terrible.
They wrote the characters so badly.
Oh god. Uh, um, I
Ah,
can't speak. Um, but like, uh, I can't speak. We're we're both mainly talking about Hollywood movies. I don't want to get to the Hunter movies or the other
yeah,
movies just yet. Just yet. Let's just talk about Hollywood for now, and then we can do that.
yeah. Like, oh my god, there's nothing. Well, a lot of things are as bad as 98. Some are worse. There's a lot that's worse. But on its own, it is easily one of the top 10 or at least top 15 worst movies I've ever seen. And I don't
It's
give a lot of movies that ranking. That's how
yeah.
you know it's bad.
I'm like I for me it's in my top five, and I see a lot of movies that people don't like but I love, but then like I see a lot of movies that people don't like and I don't like. And Godzilla 1998, Crimes of Grindelwald, and hell, even like what was that other film I watched? Hitman Agent 47. Yeah, I don't like those films at all.
Yeah,
Like they're terrible.
they are horrible. Oh, here's another. I think The Last Jedi was the most torturous of cringe I've ever seen. That is that's Star Wars, but this movie has boring and forgettable messages. Don't. Oh God, I hate The Last Jedi, and I hate The Rise of Skywalker. Both are
I,
horrible,
I
horrible films.
to be honest, I think Rise of Skywalker is worse than Last Jedi. At the very
It
least, Last
is.
Jedi actually tried to do something different and try to develop the Force. Rise of Skywalker does nothing. It just does nothing.
Rise of Skywalker says, "Hey, remember when the Emperor died? After the entire like after his entire plan backfired on him. He got dropped down a shaft, and the entire Death Star blew up. He's not
Like
dead.
if Rise of, Rise of Skywalker feels like a movie that's basically just an apology for Last Jedi. That's something that we don't need, like
Yeah,
like at all.
I think that's what J.J. Abrams was going for because he tried to undo the mistakes that Last Jedi made, but he also ends up making the plot even more like just this giant mess, this 2 hour long mess of
I
fan
think it's.
service,
I also
mistake
think it's.
fixing.
Yeah, I also think it's because Last Jedi felt more like a conclusion to the entire thing, while Rise of Skywalker feels more like a sequel to Force Awakens than it does Last Jedi.
They
Last
shouldn't
Jedi,
they shouldn't even done the whole sequel 3 films thing. Like they should have left that idea out of anything. Like why? I get that you want to make money, but you have your animated series, you have your Disney Plus series. You don't
you
need
have
to. bring back the original Star Wars crew for a movie that isn't even worth it. The Last Jedi made Luke an old hermit, and he doesn't care about his friend before redeeming himself. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm all for character change, but if you're going to do it off screen, like they did in like Avengers Endgame with like Hulk, why? Why do it? In The Last Jedi, like the first half hour, the first act, is basically Luke saying, like, I'm done. I've officially given up. I'm not a Jedi anymore." He tosses his lightsaber away like it's nothing,
I
and
mean,
that
like that's.
violates his whole character from the
I mean,
original
I mean,
three films.
like I don't get it. I'm like I get it that you want to develop the Force and make it better, but like destroying Luke's character, okay. Like I've seen Empire Strikes Back. I thought it was all right. Though Luke's character was my favorite part of the movie, as well as Darth Vader, and like everything good about the movie is good. Um, but like to be quite honest, like I like Luke's character, but in Last
Yeah,
Jedi, it's gone. It's like fucking gone. Like throw this in the trash. Throw this in the trash. Then there you go.
yeah, like he tossed his own father's lightsaber like it was nothing. Anakin's
Jesus.
lightsaber is nothing now.
Yeah. And like I don't like him. I'm like I think in The Rise of Skywalker, I think it's a. I think it's interesting to make her a Palpatine, but then again, they should have just made her a Skywalker. I'm like, why make her a Palpatine? Oh yeah, because the plot. Because we also want to apologize for The Last Jedi. We don't need an apology. The damage has been done.
Yeah.
Okay. My dad, who is a huge Star Wars fan, he does like Star Trek too. He thought Last Jedi was all right, and so he also thought Rise of Skywalker was all right. I have different opinions. He has different opinions. But like over time, once he rewatched Last Jedi, he was like, "Yeah, it's not that good."
Exactly. It's not good. It's a piece
Yeah,
of garbage.
yeah, it is.
It's such a piece of garbage that I'm considering it non-canon from the entire Star Wars story.
I'm I I'm like considering the
Luke
Force Awakens.
Skywalker is supposed to be a character of hope, but The Last Jedi destroyed his character. Exactly. In the first three films, Luke is this hero who rises up and gets Vader back on his side. He's a
Oh
hero
my
that
god.
he doesn't give up on a whim. He knows that Jedi don't give up. It's
And
insane.
I
But now in The
remember.
Last Jedi, he's like, nah, I'm done. Like, what?
I,
Like, what? Where's the character development here?
I
Off-screen
remember.
character development is the worst character development.
Yeah, and like when it comes, like okay, I remember opening night, like 2017. Things were different back then. We all know how it was. I remember opening night when I saw The Last Jedi. I was so excited. Then like I walked out, like not liking it.
I was close to walking out of The Rise of Skywalker. I'm. It was such a bad movie.
Oh gosh. Like when Fantastic Beasts, when I saw that in theaters, I was just like, oh my god, it's so boring. But at the very least, I was hoping that it would get interesting. At the very least,
Yeah,
like, I'm like, yeah, it's still a worse movie in my opinion. But at the very least, I was hoping it would get interesting. Rise of Skywalker, nope, wastes all the potential. It's almost like Roland Emmerich movies; they waste the potential.
yeah.
Oh god, what is your least favorite movie of the 2020?
There's not many movies this year, but from the ones I managed to see in theaters before this whole stay home thing started, probably Birds of Prey. God, I hate that movie. I absolutely despise it. I thought it was all right
Yeah,
the first time viewing, but then I saw it again, and I was like, okay, that's a pile of crap.
yeah, and like Aquaman, Shazam, well, not Aquaman, Shazam and Joker left an impression on me. Birds of Prey, I don't want to watch. Aquaman, I thought it was boring. I fell asleep at the third act, surprisingly, but at the very least, I understood it. I understood why it was made. And Shazam and Joker were amazing movies. Birds of Prey, why would they make it? I don't know. Especially if they're going to make the exact same movie in the next few years, Gotham City Sirens, from what I hear.
Oh, they're doing the whole Suicide Squad relaunch reboot thing
Yeah,
next year. The
yeah.
Suicide Squad.
I'm actually looking forward to that because James Gunn,
Yeah,
he's great. He's great. Brightburn was great in my opinion. Guardians of the Galaxy was
James
good.
Gunn. He made the Guardians films, and the first Guardians is widely considered to be one of the best MCU films of all time.
Yeah, and like I'm glad that he is working on the Suicide Squad, showing that this is more of his project. And like I like how the original Suicide Squad was like meant to be a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy, and now the director of Guardians of the Galaxy is like directing like Suicide Squad, and he's making it trying to be more darker than Guardians of the Galaxy, and more
Yeah.
darker than and way more darker than Suicide Squad. That's for sure.
Uh,
Uh, um, my least favorite movie of the year. Uh, I would have to say Fantasy Island. Yeah, I would say Fantasy Island. Yes, I saw that in theaters.
wow.
Yeah, it was my
Uh,
choice to do so. You want to know why?
why?
Because it's a horror movie, and I wanted to see a horror movie, and it wasn't a horror
And
movie.
and and how did that end up going?
It ended up being trash.
Utter pile of
Yes,
crap.
yes. Fantasy Island is just so bad, but for some reason I enjoyed it. I don't know
You know
why.
what's worse than Fantasy Island?
What's that?
Bloodshot. Like I don't want to see it. I
Oh,
don't.
oh,
It looks like every generic action blockbuster but with horrible CG.
oh God.
I don't care if I'm spoiled on it. Like honest to God, like you can say like spoilers. Like I don't care. I'm not seeing it. I'm not planning on seeing it.
and like I watched it on my computer, like on the day it came out, like on digital. I was just like, oh no. And I thought it was gonna be good. Like I like the trailer. I like the Diesel, and I like people that heal like Wolverine or Deadpool. But guess what? It was boring. Oh God.
Exactly. Oh,
Uh,
here's a comment. Favorite Godzilla movie?
uh,
Um,
we both have
I
the same one.
might sound like I'm playing it safe here, but probably the original 1954. Like I know
Yeah,
it's like, oh, you're playing it safe. Everyone says the original. Well, that's for a reason. It's a really good movie.
it is. It is. Uh,
Like, don't watch the version that was made in 1956. The whole
yeah, I didn't. I
Western
didn't like.
edited version. That version
Yeah,
is
not good.
bad.
Not good. I'm like, it
Yeah,
only brings one good thing about it, and that's Steve Martin, but that's it.
yeah.
And like, I like that. I we both have the same favorite Godzilla movie, and I like that.
My top five Godzilla movies though, starting at first would be the 1954 original. Then
Of
the
course,
second would probably be Shin Godzilla. That was a fantastic movie. Um,
I haven't seen it, and I hate
you
myself.
should. Like. I'll show you one day. It's like really good. It's weird, but it's a good kind of weird.
Oh boy.
Number three though will probably be GMK. Insert its long title here.
I really want to watch that.
It's a really good movie. Number four, oh god, probably Invasion of Astro Monster.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Like most of the 60s and 70s films are really
Great. Great.
yeah, really great and really
Weird.
underrated too. Like everyone says, "Oh, the Heisei series is the best." No, the MonsterVerse is the best. No, the 99 to 2004 series is the best.
No.
Well, I just have to say the Heisei movies aren't even that good. Well, like if I'm being honest here, watch like if you if you've
I haven't.
seen like Gamera, his Heisei
Right.
trilogy, it puts the Godzilla Heisei movies to shame. Like
Oof.
it's insane how bad the Heisei Godzilla movies are.
I mean, like,
Here's
I
a
mean, like,
beam spam fight.
the only Heisei movie that I watched was I have to say Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, but even then I
That
thought
movie
it
was
was eh.
bad.
I thought it was eh.
The good Godzilla Heisei movies are like Godzilla 84 and Godzilla versus Biolante.
Yeah,
After that, it just goes downhill, if I'm being
yeah,
honest.
and yeah. I like the Showa series because like
Showa
that's
series
the
is
one that's
fantastic.
it is. It is. And like that's the one that my grandma showed, that's the one that my dad showed. The first ever Godzilla movie that I watched was 2014 in theaters, and like the second one that I watched was Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. I'm more familiar with the Millennium series than I am with any other, to be honest, because like I watched the Millennium movies, like all of them, when I was young, like 11.
Yeah.
When Shin Godzilla was coming out, I was so excited to see it, and then like there's like this Fourth of July kaiju marathon going, and I was just like, oh yeah, I want to watch that. I watched I I don't remember all that much. That's why I don't consider myself watching the entire Godzilla movies, even though I actually did. I don't remember, so I don't really count as watching the entire Godzilla movies. But I can only remember watching Godzilla against Space. Not well, yes, against Space Godzilla, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, and Invasion of Astro Monster, and 1954, and shit. I guess that's it.
The first Godzilla movie I saw in theaters was also Godzilla 2014. That
That
was
was
really
good.
good.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it is. Like a lot of people say all the time, it's like, oh, Godzilla is barely in the movie. He doesn't have any screen time. Have you seen like all the other Godzilla movies? Tell me how long. Tell me
I,
like
I mean,
how
like,
long he's in there for. Because compared
I
to
mean,
other
like,
movies, 2014 actually gets him a pretty generous amount of screen time.
yeah, like, I would say, I don't like it when there's comparisons between a 1954 and 2014 when it comes to Godzilla screen time. I find myself having there's like a huge difference. For one, 1954 was a half hour longer and it only had Godzilla like one monster, and it was not focusing on three monsters, and those two monsters were the focus. Godzilla in 1954, on the other hand, was just one monster, and it just focused on him destroying the entire city. On the entire city. In fact, the only complaint that I have with it is that it's much more. Is that Godzilla almost feels unnecessary. I mean, like I want Godzilla to be in the movie. It's just that he doesn't have much bearing on the plot, and it feels like if you just remove him from the movie, it doesn't change anything except for the ending. But that's about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just what I thought.
If you watch Godzilla backwards, it's about a monster who puts Tokyo back together and walks back into like the sea.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
the
much.
entire movie backwards.
Yeah. Uh, Godzilla 2014. It's a good movie either way. Um, though the only thing that I didn't really like, but this is much more of a minor thing, is that Godzilla barely has any bearing on the plot. But that's just something minor in my opinion, and I just didn't care for it. I think that's why. And I just liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Um, my okay. What was the rest of your top five?
The rest of my top five, I already have my third one up there. Fourth, well, I already put fourth as Astro Monster, but number five, oh god, number five, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla,
Yeah,
like,
that was good.
like not the '90s one, the like first one, yeah, the
I've
first
only
one,
seen the Millennium one.
yeah, that one's pretty alright.
I have to say my top five have to be number five, Invasion of Astro Monster. Number four would have to be trying to think, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Number three, Godzilla King of the Monsters, the 2019 one. The second one have to be G14, Godzilla 2014, and number one have to be 1954.
Yeah.
1954 is best. Like it really is.
It everyone says like, oh, if you like the original best, you're playing it safe. No,
It's
the
just
some people just like it.
yeah. Isn't that like your favorite movie? Like the
One of my
1954.
favorite, if not my all-time favorite. Yes.
My That's pretty much my favorite movie too. 1954.
Yeah.
If you asked me like last year, I would say King of the Monsters or Joker, even though that's not a Godzilla movie. But like now, if you ask me what's my favorite movie, I'd have to say Godzilla 1954.
Yeah.
I also, for some reason, I like watching old movies like from the 50s, 40s, and 30s, the monster movies that came out. I like watching those movies. I also watched some other movies during the era, like Miracle on 34th Street, for example. I don't know, I just like those old black and white movies. I don't know, I just find them interesting.
Oh, here's a comment. Favorite anime. I'm sorry, but I don't watch anime
Me neither. I
unless
don't
you
like
watch the
it.
Godzilla anime, which please don't.
Don't.
It's
It's terrible. It's
yeah.
terrible.
We don't talk about the Godzilla anime.
We
We
should
don't.
never talk about it.
That that's a topic that crosses the line because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
It makes '98 Godzilla look like a
Look like Joker.
masterpiece.
It makes Godzilla 1998 look like Joker in comparison.
It looks
And
no like if well,
I'm joking.
there's an underrated Godzilla movie, Son of Godzilla.
I
A lot of
yeah.
people get that movie flack for its design, but designs mean jack if you have a good story and characters, which that
I
which that film actually does.
I like that. I actually have seen Son of Godzilla, but it was like when like back in 2016. I actually had to rewatch it. I actually rewatched it recently. It's pretty funny. No, it's not
Yeah,
perfect, but it's pretty funny.
it it, it you know it has a good heart. Like it's about him being a father. It's about Godzilla being a father,
Yeah,
and he's raising this kid that he adopted, and he's helping them fight off these bullies. And it's a really good story, but a lot of
yeah,
people just say, "Oh, it has ugly design, so that mean movie bad." That's not
and I
how the
think
movie industry works.
and I think it's because they also don't like like the message or something saying that monster movies are supposed to be monsters fighting and monsters destroying everything. It can't have a message. Uh,
I
uh,
hate people that are like, where are the
1950,
monsters? It's a monster
19,
movie. It's 2 hours of monster fighting. Like, no. No. It's not how
monster
it
movies.
works.
Monster movies are better than that. Fate is Coming has entered the chat. Being a better monster movie.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
hey, you can have a good story in a monster movie.
yeah, I'm like, yes. I'm like, how I see it, a good monster movie is that um, you have the monster, you have to you develop the humans also with the monsters, and you not only that you develop the good part of the monsters, but you also develop the bad part of the monsters, like two sides of evil, two sides of good, if you get what I mean, and like either you sprinkle some action scenes, like 3 action scenes throughout the movie, or save the action until the very end. But don't do a G14 where you just like cut away, cut away, cut away. Just don't do that. It gets repetitive. Like I would say once is okay, but like doing it all the time is repetitive. Like if you just want to like backload the action to the very end of the movie, develop the monsters, develop the humans, and then at the final like 40 or 20 minutes of the movie, have them fight. There you go.
Yeah.
Something that King of the Monsters doesn't understand.
It doesn't. It just says no, like I they throw in the oxygen destroyer. Like there's the one scene where out of nowhere they're like, we built a missile, an oxygen destroyer. You didn't build up to it, and you're throwing this in our face now for fan service.
Um,
And that it's not even a huge part of the film. It's just thrown in and then used, and it's never brought up again.
I think that I actually felt bad for Godzilla and King of the Monsters because he was hurt, but it was hurt because of a plot device, and I was just like, why do you have to torture Godzilla? He doesn't deserve it. It's just
Why would you want to kill both of the things? You know Godzilla's the one that keeps the whole
nature.
yeah, he keeps nature balanced.
Yeah,
Without him, what do you do?
you make hell. That's what happens. I mean, like if I
Godzilla's a
did a
natural defender. He doesn't care about humans, but he defends the planet anyway because the whole planet's his territory. He could care
yeah
less about us, but like at the end of the day, he'll step in and have nature balanced again. Like that's how he
yeah
works. He's like
yeah
he's the actual last of his kind. Like if he's gonna do everything he can to make sure he lives,
yeah.
and you're going to just kill him. You're gonna try to just kill him. Yeah, kill both
It,
the things. That'll work.
oh God, I. It's just that if I did a Godzilla movie, um, uh, I would develop both the humans, military or not, and I would also develop the monsters too. And I would save the action, not backload it, save the action, and just put it into the final 40 minutes of the movie. And
Imagine
just
thinking that having like a whole hour to 2 hours of monster action equals a good movie.
that's something
If
that King of
if
the
you were
Monsters.
sitting through 2 hours of monster action, you would get tired because you would see the same fight over and over again.
It feels like Buddy's movies or Michael Bay movies where they just
That's
want to
what
shoehorn in
Godzilla
action.
2014 did right. Sure,
Exactly.
the whole hey, let's cut. Sure, that gets annoying after a while because they keep doing it, but it had the right idea. Save the major action until the end battle where it all pays off. Don't just say, here's 2 hours of monster action.
It almost feels like the studio heard about um, fans' suggestions about actually developing the humans and also having more monsters and also developing the monsters. Like that's actually what the people want. And what did they give them? 2 hours of monster fights, low is XD. And I'm just like, that's not what they want. Like I like King of the Monsters and all.
It's what the general audience wants. And of course the general audience is always right. They know movies. They don't
They,
just see, hey, big monster, I'll spend money.
I mean, like, okay, I really like King of the Monsters. It's just that the story needs the story. Humans and monsters definitely need some development. I mean, like, I'm like, they would make the argument that it's meant to be fun, but like, I'm like, I get it. You need fun movies, but you also need to develop the characters too. Like, don't just make mindless popcorn flicks. Don't be Michael Bay. Don't be Buddy. Don't even be Roland Emmerich. Do something. Just do something. Just do something.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, I'm done ranting.
Ah, God. What's with
Ugh,
directors and writers in Hollywood and not being able to get the slightest of things right? Why?
yeah,
Is it that hard to get something right?
I remember reading a comment saying that we need more fun movies because a bunch of movies nowadays are just forcing in political and SJW agenda. I'm like, I understand. Like, I would like more fun movies too, but the difference is that the pres is that like political and SJW agenda isn't everywhere. It literally isn't everywhere. Like it is in most media, but like not everywhere. That's what people don't understand. And like
Exactly.
and like yes, we do need yes, I would say we need more movies like Jumanji or Guardians of the Galaxy, and less movies like Birds of Prey or Black Christmas. But we need something in between realistic and fun, like I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy or Jumanji, or hell, even G14. Even though that's not considered a fun movie, it has action. It has some jokes. That's it.
Yeah. It has it has something to it.
Sorry,
Like,
but like
yeah.
I'm when I saw Midway, I'm just like I'm surprised that Roland Emmerich didn't, make a popcorn film and actually try to do something good. I'm like it's not that good, but at least he tried. It's better than what he used to do. At
Yeah,
least that's
at
how I
least
thought.
we tried.
Yeah, that's something that Michael Bay doesn't do.
Exactly. Every Transformers movie. Like, okay, well, like the first two were all right, they were fine. But everything after that, up up on up right until Bumblebee were piles of utter crap.
Trash,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
trash. I mean, I just don't, I just don't like, I don't like Michael Bay. At the very least, with Roland Emmerich, he doesn't do the stuff Michael Bay does. Michael Bay is pretty much like society into one thing, like the bad parts of society mixed into one movie. Ish.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, we do live in a society, but society we don't deserve to live in the society. That's something that
We live
media
in a
doesn't understand.
society, guys.
Yeah, but let's be honest, we don't deserve to live in this society.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, something that media doesn't understand. Something that society itself doesn't
The mass
understand.
the mass media is run by like these psychotic like people that don't understand their audience. They use these
I
headline articles and all these headlines. Ah, I hate the media.
so do I.
No,
But the
this
but
whole pandemic, this whole COVID-19 thing, the media has been blowing it so badly out of proportion.
yeah, they're calling it the end of the world when really it's a part of the flu. I'm like, it's in the flu family, but it's still flu. A flu, not the flu. A flu.
Exactly. Ah,
Now, if it's deadlier than the flu, then how come it didn't kill multiple people yet? If it's deadlier, Then again, I don't know
Well,
much about science.
not
So
saying it's not a big deal. Of course, it's killed a lot of people.
it has. But did it kill as much people as the regular flu? I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But like, even people who are like diagnosed with coronavirus, even they say you shouldn't worry about it. It'll be over
Most
eventually.
people who get it are elderly or have bad immune systems. But the
That's
majority
my
of people that do get it, if they're young and their immune system is fine, like most people, they stay at home, and then after 2 to 3 weeks, they get tested again, and then they're fine. It goes
yeah
through their body. It, it, it the whole thing run runs its entire course, and then bam, like yeah, it's done. Like a lot of people have died, and I feel bad. Believe me, I see it on the news every day now because I'm at
so
home
do I.
every day, all day.
So do I. Yeah, me too.
Like every day, I wake up, I go upstairs, and I see on the TV, up here's another update about COVID-19. Up here's another thing about COVID-19. I don't care. I don't care. I want to just
Exactly.
hear something that isn't this person died, this person got sick.
Oh
Every
wow.
day, I had to listen to the same crap.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, Jesus.
I just try to avoid it as much as possible.
Ah, yeah.
Ugh. Oh
Oh
god.
my God.
In my video, I said, can we stop talking about the world around us because it's getting depressing? Oh, it's not just getting depressing; it's getting annoying too. I should have addressed that.
It's it's not even depressing at this point. Like it's like, yeah, okay, COVID-19, but then it's like,
It gets
am
on
I
my
seriously
nerves.
hearing this again? It's like
But I can't.
the third time this week, and
Ugh,
every time I go on Google or any web browser that uses news, there's already these articles about this person got sick, this person died. I
I
don't
can't.
want to hear that. I get it's
I'm
the
just.
truth. I get that it's dark. The world is dark now. We're in a period of darkness right now. But there's stuff you
Yeah.
can do to have fun still. It's not going to kill you to go outside for a bit, have a ride on the bike or something. Head on out on a walk. Who cares? Just
That's what.
just
That's what I do.
keep yeah, just keep your distance from people. Stay 6 feet apart and have like a mask on. And don't touch
Hell,
anyone.
like yeah, hell, like even drive-through theaters are open and they're delivering food and they have every single supplies that they need to prevent themselves from getting the virus. They know what to do.
Yeah. And now everyone's acting like, oh my God, we're all about to die. This is the end of the world, guys. We're done. Well, I'm strapping in. We're done, guys. Like, have you not heard of
McJurgen
every period before this? We had a
McJurgen Nuggets has entered
depression.
the chat.
We had our depression.
Yeah,
The 30s. Remember those? We were through a really bad time then. But
yeah.
honest to God, people are thinking now we're about to die? Listen, I've been staying home and doing the right thing and staying home for like the past since March. I haven't gone
Same
sick.
here.
And
Me neither.
if I did, I stayed home for like 2 to 3 weeks and it ran its course. I'm around my
Yeah,
family every day and I don't get
same
sick.
here.
You know why? Because my family knows what to do. They're not stupid. They wear masks. And my dad and my brother, who are both essential workers. My mom's out of a job right now. Like, my dad's working 2 jobs just to make sure we get paid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it seems like I'm going off on a tangent here, but I'm tired.
No,
I'm
you're
tired
good.
of people. I'm just tired of the media. I'm tired of this whole COVID thing.
Me
We're all
too.
tired of it. But
Yeah.
for God's sakes, can I just hear something other than, "Yup, here's COVID-19 again." Like, okay, well, I will cut them the slightest the slightest bit of slack. There's like maybe one article every day about a new like injection or something that could help cure it. But then it's like this the people they study on, the amount it's so small and there's no
Yeah.
concrete evidence of it. And they're saying there's like a at least a year long wait for like a vaccine. So
Yeah.
we're basically stuck as we are right now until like I'd say by August this thing will have mostly calmed down.
I'd
Then I'd
say
say it comes back during like November or December uh, during winter. But you have to think during this if if a second wave does come, we'll know what like to do already. Because by a second wave, we'll have almost everything. Like we'll we'll at least know what to like do if a second wave
yeah.
comes.
Yeah.
It makes no sense that everyone's blowing this out of proportion and making it seem like we're in some sort of zombie apocalypse just because we have to stay home and not get each other sick.
And like everybody already stays home as it is. So what's
I
how
call
is this
my
different?
friends. I don't care if I well, of course I care if I can't see my friends in person, but like as an introvert, it's it's way better for me if I just call them because then I don't have to get anxiety about showing myself and
Yeah.
interacting with other people. But like I call my friends and I show my camera every day. I video call them, and it's not a problem. You know why? Because I know what to do. I know how to stay home. I know how to not get each other sick. It's not that hard. God, man, I
Yeah.
swear this whole thing, this whole stream is going to turn into some like COVID-19 stream. Like I'm going off on a
Yeah.
serious
Yeah.
tangent here.
Yeah. How
Uh,
about we just go on another topic because
I might have to go because it's getting a bit late actually.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
11. Yeah, I have to. Wow, though, that was actually how long was this? An hour? It's not
57
bad.
minutes. Yeah.
All right, well, this this is the end of it. All right, sub to both our channels, I guess, and yeah.